So two or three things. The immediate thing is that we have a real crisis in Raleigh of the strength of our police force not keeping up with the growth in population. Like I think I said earlier, most of the problems that we have here are problems of growth, and that's one example of it. You know, the old metric that we used when I was on the city council when I was 29 years old in 1993 was you should have 2 officers per 1,000 people. So if Raleigh's force had kept up with our population growth, we'd have 450 officers or more. We don't, excuse me, we'd have 900 officers or more, 900 or more. We don't. You know, I understand we have allotted 800 and there are only 600 to 700 at most that are hired. So short term, to deal with that problem, we need to have more officers so that when it's busy out on Glenwood South, we don't have other areas of downtown that are being underserved. That's a real threat to public safety that exists right now. Longer term, most crime is rooted in poverty and other systemic issues and systemic injustice. And so what we need to do to decrease that type of crime is to increase opportunity for more people. We need to move toward universal pre-K in Raleigh. About 3,000 kids in Wake County are eligible for pre-K but not in pre-K. And some of those, their parents may want it but can't afford it. And the city ought to take a lead in trying to organize some demonstration pre-Ks in different parts of town. We need to have a downtown destination public library so kids know that it's as cool to learn calculus as to have a tough crossover. We need to have more jobs where people can earn a good income with different educational backgrounds. So sure, tech jobs, but also jobs for people who don't have higher education. And I'm going to really focus on increasing job opportunities for people at all different educational levels. Up under the affordable housing crisis, you know, the problem really is that people's wages have not kept pace with the increase in property costs. And so we got to increase people's incomes so that they will be able to afford market housing. And when we do that, you know, I think you'll see a corresponding decrease in crime. But you're right. I mean, it's a concern. It is crime. The crime levels were stagnant for many years, and I think we got complacent about that. But they are starting to creep up in many places. You're seeing that in Durham. You're seeing it in Charlotte. You're seeing it in a lot of cities. And you know, Lincoln said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." A city and a country that is too unequal is just not going to work in the long term. And so we need to take steps to give people chances and hope to shrink that inequality.